Hello, my name is Craig. I'm the creator of the Infinity Drum, and in this video I want to kind of give you an understanding of the basics of how to play the Infinity Drum. It's going to be a fairly quick, easy to digest video that just basically shows you like how to get a note to sound correctly and some techniques on making the notes more clear and an overview of how to go up the scale. So I guess let's jump right into it. Let's get started with learning how to hit the note. So the first thing you're going to want to know is the layout of your drum. Every Infinity Drum is laid out the same way. Bigger notes produce a lower tone and smaller notes produce a higher tone. And everything is laid out in a way that makes it easy to walk up and down the scale. So to show you what I just did, I will flip the drum around so you can have a clear view. This is how to walk up the scale in order from lowest to highest. Now it's good to know this because knowing how to walk up the scale, you'll be able to slowly familiarize yourself with where the notes are as you learn to play. So the orientation of the Infinity Drum is another thing to consider. Some people play with the center leaf facing away from them, and some will play with it facing towards them. Now that's all personal preference. It's all about how you want to interact with the scale. Obviously, with this note facing you, you're going to have to walk up the scale towards you. And if it's facing away from you, then you'll have to walk up the scale away from you. But for the purpose of this video, I'm going to position the drum so that the center note would be facing away from you, the viewer. So the first thing you're going to want to know is how to get a clear sound when you hit the note. Using mallets can help bridge the gap as you practice and learn how to get a clear sound. Basically, to get a clear sound, you're going to want to imagine that the leaf is hot to the touch. Like imagine it's glowing red hot, and if you touch it for too long, you're going to burn yourself. If something was hot, you're going to want to touch it and pull away. So there's also some technique of keeping your hand relaxed. You can use this part of your thumb to produce the sound. You can use the pad of your finger from here to this knuckle. And you can also tap with your finger. I find tapping can be easy, but if you overdo it, you can hurt your fingertips and they'll become sore after a while. Also, it depends on what kind of sound you want. I find tapping has a more subtle, less aggressive sound. So with all that in mind, practice having a relaxed hand and remember that the note is hot and you don't want to burn yourself. And just practice out with your hands. Now, if you're doing this correctly, it'll sound nice and clear. Now, if your finger is not bouncing off the note, it's going to sound muted. So you want to practice a relaxed hand. Now practice walking up the scale a few times and just getting used to where the notes are. As you start out, you'll find that your dominant hand is going to be easier to play with, and then your non-dominant hand will probably lag behind a little bit in the progress. But as you practice, it'll become easier for both hands, and it'll just feel more natural to you. So now you know how to properly get a sound with the drum, and you know how to walk up the scale. Another thing you should know is chords. You can play two notes at once. Sorry about that, I got a little distracted there. I heard a sound in the forest. I had to investigate a little bit. Also, I got a little chilly, so I got my coat on now. Anyways, chords. Basically, you can also walk up the scale the same way as we did with the notes, but with chords. So with everything in mind that we just talked about, you can kind of go on and just experiment and find your own sounds by, finding out. You can find out what notes work with each other and what don't. When you're doing chords, something like that works together, but that doesn't really work together. So play it around, use your judgment, and you'll find out what works, what doesn't. There's some tricks like, going back to the ding often, and you can start maybe by making a little rhythm going up and down the scale. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then you can start to change it up a little bit. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was of value to you, and I wish you the best in learning the infinity drum. In the future, I do plan on making some videos going a little deeper into how to play the drum and some different techniques. In the meantime, you should definitely check out Rewild Your Soul. He has put together a playlist of Rav Vast tutorials that will definitely be relevant to your journey in learning the infinity drum. Well, I guess see you in the next video, where I'm gonna bring some more good information for you. Keep checking out the Infinity Drum Instagram and YouTube, where I post little reels every 3 days. And I also have some longer form content coming to YouTube, so get ready for that too. Have a good one, guys.